You know I love vegetables, especially roasted ones. Today I'm making my roasted fennel and tomato salad with a Provençal twist. It's amazing. Guys, so first to get started on our delicious roasted fennel and tomato salad. And when I say delicious, I'm telling you, these tomatoes, once they're roasted, are just so amazing. So to pair it on a salad only seemed just right. Fennel, tomatoes, we're gonna roast them. That's what we're doing right now. We're prepping the fennel, and then we're just gonna top it on arugula. Finish it and dress it really simply. It's so delicious. All right, so I'm just gonna prep all my veg. So I'm just adding bite-sized pieces, not too small, of the fennel because we're gonna roast it and we don't want it to overcook. We want them to get beautifully caramelized and cut them in uniform shapes. So basically, you wanna cut it like this size. So here is our fennel bowl. Now I'm also gonna add a little bit of fresh tarragon at the end to garnish. If you can't find tarragon in your grocery store, sometimes it happens. It sometimes can be really hard to find. Just save these fennel fronds. That can be your garnish as well. I actually found fennel, I found tarragon. So I'm going to garnish with tarragon. So I'm gonna toss out my fronds. All right, we are halving the fennel, and then you just wanna remove that core. It's not very pleasant to eat. And you know, fennel actually reminds me of my grandmother too. A lot of different foods remind me of my grandmother. She would call it fenouil in Italian. Because wait until you see, we're gonna add these delicious tomatoes. So we're using plum tomatoes. Let me just clean up my board. And plum tomatoes are the type of tomatoes you use when you make marinara. But we're gonna make a delicious salad with them. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Just nip off the top. For the really larger ones, these are pretty large. We're gonna quarter them, just like that. That's it, quarter them, toss them on the sheet tray. They're really meaty and they're really flavorful, and they're in season right now, so they are super delicious. Little tip, serrated knife, what do you use it for? Your bread, your tomatoes. It grabs that tomato, that way it doesn't slip away from you, from that shiny side of the skin. There we go. Now we're in business. All right, so I'm gonna season our fennel and tomato with salt and pepper vigorously. Remember, your tomatoes need their salt, and drizzle it with a little bit of canola oil. Give it a toss into a 425-degree oven until the fennel is tender and beautifully caramelized. So that's what makes the fennel so delicious. Once it caramelizes, it releases the natural sugars, and it's so delicious. And wait until you taste these tomatoes. All right, you want to spread it out, that way it evenly roasts. I'm going to wash my hands and then get it into the oven. All right, so our vegetables came out of the oven. I just want them to set at room temperature just for a little bit, remove some of that heat before we add it to the greens. Now we're preparing the bed, which is our arugula. So I just added a little bit of a good extra virgin olive oil, give it a toss. Then you just want a really pretty platter. See, to me, this looks beautiful already. Now it's ready to go. Once our fennel and tomatoes are cooled, we're gonna put them right over top. All right, so our vegetables have cooled, so I remove them from the oven, let them cool, because we don't want to wilt the arugula. But it's still like ever so slightly warm, which really makes this salad delicious. Wait until you taste how juicy and meaty these tomatoes are, how beautifully caramelized the fennel is. So we have that anise flavor from the fennel. We're gonna add a little bit of tarragon. So I have some tarragon. You could also use the fennel fronds, from which we prepped from the fennel. Gives it another delicious, subtle anise flavor. And our Niçoise olives right over top. So you have that slight briny little punch of salt and some freshly squeezed lemon juice, which just brightens everything up right over the top. Give it a little more salt and pepper. That's it. I really, really love this salad. Oh my gosh, so delicious. This is great alongside really any protein. I look at it this way, when you're cooking, really keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things. Make something as simple as this salad. Grill a steak, grill some chicken, maybe even roasted chicken. Wow, this would be awesome with roasted chicken. So let's give it a taste. My favorite part, I'm gonna get a little bit of everything. Fennel, tomato, of course, do I have an olive? Yep, I got an olive there. That was a big bite. The tomatoes make it so meaty. It is so delicious with that tarragon, that subtle anise flavor. And the fennel is super mellow, but it's deliciously caramelized. You are gonna love this salad. For the recipe, head over to the newspaper's website. I'm Shereen with Cook This. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.